So I didn't stream last week.
Yeah.
And I think it's about 2 weeks. We were going to stream yesterday, but we got sidetracked by the shiny new thing. Yeah. Yeah. Really? But when? No, it'd be longer than. That's the one I'm... No, this is number 5 now.
August 15th.
It's 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because I did that one solo, and I said, don't make me do solo again. Pain in the arse to do.
Yeah. I mean, because you can talk to yourself a lot, it's just difficult to get interesting banter going.
Yeah, it's hard to have good banter.
I've been getting a lot of people. I've been getting that happening recently at work. People keep coming up to me confused, some look almost concerned looking, because I'm talking to myself. And not like the usual trying to remember something, like the full-on having a proper conversation with myself. Absolutely that as well.
With some of the company I've kept in the past, it's the only way I got an intelligent conversation.
Yeah. I just get so bored. It's quite repetitive tasks.
We've got to go up to the Golden Bazaar.
Take the heavy thing from here, put it over here, put it over there, put it over there. Basically that all night. Just been having talking. I've got a lot of like ideas for fan fictions fleshed out in my head. I just have yet to write them. I've actually got a boat in here. I think so. For some reason I can't decide whether to call it boat in here or my hero. I don't want to know if I want to go easy or just be a weak version. Yeah,
I missed most of that.
What's the mumbling?
Both.
I mumble a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
Quite annoying.
Calm down, Deku. You're clearly trying to do Deku.
No, Deku actually has something to tell me.
I never said anything about succeeding. I said trying.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not quite
Or strong.
Yeah, exactly. Not that strong.
On the plus side, you don't have to worry about breaking your fingers every time you flex.
Yeah.
I'd say mid 5 foot. Yeah. Munificent merchant. You get a pot.
5'5".
Yeah, I was right. I said around the mid 5s.
Yeah.
He's as tall as my mother. You get a pot, and you get a pot. Everyone gets a pot. Sorry, I get a bit carried away when disposing of old merchandise. Anyway, take my pot, please.
Who was that? Oprah? It was like Oprah was a drug dealer. I think that's her address if she does that way. I swear it's Oprah.
Wouldn't surprise me. You get a thing, and you get a thing, and you get a thing. You get an axe in the face, you get an axe in the face, you get an axe up the butt.
She's not only quite a well-known climate change activist, also quite a well-known autistic. And she's obviously highly intelligent, so it's helping to sell like the old food and the old stereotypes.
So she's a high-functioning autist.
Yeah. How much people are high-functioning?
High functioning means it's quite mild and the like. So like you and I.
Yeah, I know what that means. It's kind of...
It differentiates...
Actually, 16.
it different.
Swedish.
It differentiates people who are autistic but can do things themselves, hold intelligent conversations, etc., from what is basically the stereotype. At the same time, just because somebody is a low-functioning autist doesn't mean that they're a moron. Doesn't mean they're stupid. Basically. Yeah. Though traditionally the term for somebody who couldn't talk was dumb.
Yeah.
So it can... no. The term was dumb.
Oh yeah, it literally was.
Yeah, plain dumb.
I'm thinking like old like medical terms.
Yeah. The old term was dumb.
Yeah. Back when medicine was basically, yeah, you got ghosts in your blood, you should take cocaine for it.
No, before that, it was when you have too much blood or you have some bad blood in you. Here's some leeches to deal with the problem.
That didn't work, you just drill a hole in your head.
Let all the bad spirits out.
Yeah. That's not working out, let's try some charms.
Boogity 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 boogity. Patient just keels over. Well, on the plus side, he's cured.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, your leg is smelling bad. What's that over there? Whack over the head with a hammer. Saw the leg off with a rusty saw.
Yeah, as quickly as you could.
No antiseptic or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just basic cauterization, so you didn't bleed out everywhere.
Yeah. Have you heard, I'm going to look up some the exact details. Have you heard that story? I think it was the 1800s, a medical procedure, where basically the doctor was trying to take the guy's leg off.
And he did it so quickly, he ended up with a 300% mortality rate.
That one.
Yes!
That is a bad day at work.
Hilarious for everybody else. I know we shouldn't laugh at it because 3 people died.
This joke's about to have a 100% mortality rate.
No, 50%, so I'm not dead.
Oh, true.
But, I mean, we shouldn't laugh because 3 people died.
Yeah.
At the same time, comedy equals tragedy plus time.
Yeah.
And it's human nature to laugh at other people's suffering.
What was it? Killed the patient, saw through the fingers, and then
One of the observing surgeons suffered a heart attack from the shock and horror and died.
Yeah. You can imagine him in the pub after work, just like, or just sitting there with many beer glasses around him.
Oh wow, that's a reference.
Oh, I've heard
The
that.
Jabberwocky
Yes.
from
Where it was
from one of the it's from one of the Alice in Wonderland short stories. I think Through the Looking Glass, I think. But the Tale of the Jabberwocky, we did that in school. Voluptuous Day, Kaloo Kalay.
It's a hell of a reference.
It would have obviously been done by the localizations
Yeah.
to make something that would fit. But still, we've encountered references through streaming the Cassita tales that we would have never expected in a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy, or at least the ones that I'm assuming it's like the English localization.
Yeah.
They've got their references on point.
Yeah.
Quite what's the one I'm looking for? In sync with, in line with. Quite well. I don't know what I'm looking for. They know a lot of pop culture. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, pop culture references. What the deuce? Oh George, we've got to go through Amalja Turf. Lizard men who worship Ifrit.
That also doesn't sound good.
Ifrit is the first primal you fight. He's like level 18, and he looks like a Deathclaw.
Ah, that's definitely not good.
When you first encounter him, yes, he's scary. He's a fucking Deathclaw, a giant one. But a couple of weeks ago, I got pulled into a fight. Like, no, a week ago, I got pulled into a fight with him. So I did the duty roster, well, the duty roulette. I needed a tank, and I wanted some levels for my warrior class. And ended up being pulled into a fight with him. It was just laughably easy. Granted, my level was scaled down, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god, this guy was scary once, but now just why? Not scary. It's like a Deathclaw with the stat line of a regular old Bloodfly, for comparison. Try and imagine that. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's just the normal raid, not a savage raid or anything. So obviously, much different difficulty and everything. But still. Hey, and down. You've got to get all the way down to the bottom. Back of the burning wall. Called as such because you see these huge fucking crystals. I believe these are what we call the corrupted crystals. Oh, go lick one then. Less Mothman, more owlbear. There's a Soul series character. No. But I was talking about one of the Soul series. Man, chiseled as fuck body, head of an hour. Scaled up.
So it's just like a normal person except for like his head is that power.
Yeah, but he's a weapon master, so he's.
It has to be quite a good transfer of like eyes like that.
Yeah, but this was the Soul series, so Renaissance.
What is the power?
Yeah, he only appeared in like 1 or 2 games.
I didn't have the idea of like snap his neck.
You say that, but owls can't actually turn their heads 360 degrees. About 170 to 175. Sometimes it's to the side, sometimes it's a 180 half rotation.
Yeah, but if you do that to the one
That's why you turn it a bit further, so you guarantee getting the 180 and actually hearing the vertebrae go snap. Of course it is.
Yeah. This is awful.
Huh. Britain has its own cryptid. Yay. We have our own cryptid. Hooray! Don't make me repeat myself.
What's got the black shelf from? Making big black hellhound type.
Oh, so the Grim.
Yeah, basically.
The Hound of Ill Omen.
Yeah. I think they're either one in the same or the same one.
I'd put get the fuck back in. Oh goddamn! It turns out we're supposed to, after we chiseled the chunk out, should have put it in the warded pot. This is what happens when I'm not paying attention because you're distracting me with cryptid talk. Your fault. This. I'm trying to do a specific objective. Casually leap over the fight that was going on. On the back of my horsey. My shiny horsey. I expect Smol to ride around on a chocobo forever. Like this unicorn that I healed.
A unicorn, that's simply that.
Plus, you know, Smol. You have to be a good person, otherwise the unicorn doesn't let you go near it.
Yeah, they're quite
Good people.
yeah.
Small and good Smol, so make the best what you will. Oh, some form of quicksilver. You know how they say that if unicorn blood is forcibly taken, you're cursed and it's a horrible half-life?
Yeah.
What if the unicorn was injured and you drink blood from the resulting blood pool but haven't taken it by force? Or if it lets you take it? While I doubt J.K. Rowling will ever watch one of our streams, particularly this one, it'd be an interesting question to have answered. Yeah. Like Hermione apparently being black, just so it fits the stage show. It says that she has, but because she says that nowhere in the book did she state Hermione's ethnicity, yet in multiple cases it was clearly written that Hermione was white, like pale skin. At the same time, some of what she said was only hinted at, but never explicitly stated or otherwise, such as Dumbledore being gay.
Yeah.
Though that one was a little more outright thing. Dumbledore himself even says that he had a relationship with Grindelwald. Doesn't elaborate on what the relationship was, but you can imply, yeah, and you can imply quite heavily what it might have been.
There was that one, there was a bit where he's getting out in any problem of fire. In the book he said it's Darby, the film was fucking later.
Yeah.
But he says Darby, he put your name in a problem of fire. Then you put your name in a problem of fire.
Not a Scottish one, that's for certain.
Someone's more like an accent for folks that use Scottish or I don't know which one's more offensive.
Both.
Well, I think Scottish, a bad accent.
Again, both.
No, you see, no, you don't.
No, I haven't seen the Goblet of Fire about 3 fucking times, if not more.
Yeah, it's not like it's a film everyone around here watches.
No, not at all, not in the least.
But it is more of a stereotype in England, isn't it? Like that we're all manufactured.
One of the stereotypes, yes.
Right.
Another stereotype is that we all speak with the upper class accent. We all have tea with the Queen at 4 p.m, etc., etc. We're sitting here at 2:53 p.m. with cups of coffee, about 2.5 hours drive from London.
You wanted to spell their roots out what it is. Just think about Birmingham. Let's do them all right.
Or Manchester, or the Black Country,
Or
or fucking East End. All the bloody Scousers.
I was going to say, if we send them to the Black Country, we're going to have to send them with a translator.
You send them to the East End, you need a fucking translator. Bloody Cockneys and Scousers. Oh, Scousers are Liverpool.
Yeah.
They're all the bloody Cockneys.
You send them there, they're going to need a priest and a bodyguard.
Jack the Ripper has been deceased for about 100-ish years. He was only active for about 2 years, for about a month. The real-life Jack the Ripper is not an amalgamation of 10,000 unwanted babies. And an immortal murder lolly. Really? I don't think they could tell at all. Unless they're a fake one.
Yeah, my Facebook profile picture is the April Fool's card art for Jack the Ripper.
Yep. Rio's own art.
Indeed. To be fair, yours is Cancon. Is it Cancon or?
Yes. The battle cruiser Haruna. It's not done by Rio though. Let's see if I can actually remember. I should be able to remember the artist. Should be. Yep. There it is.
The thing is, you've had that profile picture for so long, that whenever I see that character as you, basically. Yeah.
I don't know what deja vu des.
It just looks like you. It's that in my head. That just is. Yeah.
Hilarious, but also, aww.
I do now want to see him on every Totoro remake with Guillermo del Toro. Like, it's still the same art style, still everything's the same. The only difference is that the Totoro is replaced with Guillermo. Come to think of it, what would he look like if he was out of that style? Well, specifically like Studio Ghibli art style.
Take the highlighted portion.
Yes, whenever I get close to the screen to look at something, I do refer to it as manual zoom.
Harnet is alright. Repeated quite a lot.
I get the feeling she's not alright. Ha! Why does that kill me so much?
Because you're easily amused.
I cannot lie.
Now we've got to go to Aleport. No, you're not allowed to drink your weight in booze. This is costing me 500 gil just to get us there. I'm not paying your bloody bar tab. Pay it yourself.
You know, I can't help but imagine as like thinking NCR, I'm not okay.
Nonko's Harana is...
apparently clockwork.
I can't deny that, but not where I was going.
She's the one that's in it.
Oh, the entire... the exception of Congo, the entire class, her entire class is nutty. KSR.
I don't know which Hellboy film was. Was that the one with like the mask and clockwork parts and the blades?
That was the first one.
I'm actually no.
Quite seriously, right? You know about the Poke game,
Yes. Oh god.
right? Yeah. Kirishima, Harana,
Oh god.
Congo's reaction. Like, nope. Valentine's Day.
Is she really doing what I think she's going to do?
Like I said, Congo is quite literally the only sane man when it comes to her class as far as Nonko is concerned. Initials. You guys, just because you keep doing things like this, you're called KSR, Des. KSR. Yes, it's short for Crazy Psycho Lesbians, Des. Crazy starts with C, Nisama. Psycho starts with P, Nisama. Lesbian starts with L, but Harana is alright.
Oh
God damn it, Nonko. KSR Part 2.
I just hope she's keeping them busy.
Mm-hmm.
Bucky.
Obviously, bland product name.
Yeah.
Quite literally, KSR.
Well, I'm thinking KSI. KSI is preferable though. Because KSI is, I think he's a YouTuber.
Possibly.
No, he's some, I think he's like an esports kind of person. Whereas KSR is cute and crazy ship girls. Well,
Yeah.
crazy psycho lesbians.
Mm-hmm. One of my
That's a
friends
snake.
sent me this GIF.
That's a snake.
Watch.
That's a small snake.
Yeah.
Ha!
My response was, "Aww, heart."
See, that's what I find so ridiculous about humans. I mean, that's...
We will gush over the most deadly of things and call it cute and boop its snoots and squeeze its head boobs.
You could take it, like, when we finally explore the stars, assuming we don't nuke or kill ourselves first,
Mm-hmm.
you could throw us on some, like, alien world with something that's effectively Fenrir, and we'd still try to hug it.
Yep. you know the Tumblr post about the bear,
Yes.
right? Yeah, it's like your human brain knows it will try and kill you. The monkey part of your brain goes, floofy, hug. Can we actually see this person? Read the name. Cena. John Cena, you can't see me.
I need to prove the recording or something. That meme was... I know it's like a meme from Friends.
I don't know. There's some yellow jackets of Ailport, so we can go to the Isle of Umbra and smack something in the face. Pair of recorders
Yeah.
up the nose.
Play by the nose. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Crazy random shit you find. Am I gonna have to nominate you for a KSR award?
There's at least one problem with that.
You love girls, right?
Yeah.
According to my dad, that makes you a lesbian.
I mean,
No offense intended to any actual lesbians who may watch this.
what you told me is quite a joker.
At times.
Yeah.
He has a unique sense of humour. Let's put it that way. And I had wanted for us to learn how to do the shooting, but we've got to effectively finish the main story quest line, so we can actually go to Ishgard itself, so we can learn how to shoot the gun. Right, now I've got to find this last yellow jacket.
I just want some gun compilation, like a gun charge compilation. Or It's amazing how many people, when they get a jam, their first response is look down the barrel.
Yeah. Now, there's a Darwin Award where somebody robbed a army veteran's gun and tried to shoot with it.
Yeah.
And it suffered a hang fire. So he went off but didn't fire.
Yeah.
Look down the barrel. Bear in mind, this is like 60-year-old ammunition. Look down the barrel, right when the hang fire resolved itself. This is why he got it onto the Darwin Awards. Human stupidity removing itself from the gene pool.
I do love the Darwin Awards. There's one that I always remember. Basically, this guy tried to go bungee jumping once. He felt like
He didn't have a bungee, so he improvised with something else and it broke.
a toe load.
Did it rip him in half?
Ripped his feet off.
Close enough.
Ripped his feet off, he fell the rest of the way off the bridge and smashed his skull open. Well, not so much open as into very small pieces.
I'd say he more pancaked himself. Would have more pancaked himself.
That probably happened as well. I'll be honest, people seem to didn't really want to post pictures of that.
For obvious reasons.
Okay, I'll bring up the Darwin Awards side.
Just go on TV tropes. There's so many examples. Probably.
Rhino poacher killed by elephant, eaten by lions.
Yeah. All animals are domesticated, trope. Special mention goes to the two guys who jumped into a tiger enclosure, threw flowers on the tiger, and were somehow surprised when the tiger promptly mauled them. extra stupid points allocated considering that the end would still be the same, if potentially less gruesome, if they jumped into an enclosure of a perfectly domesticated guard dog that was as unfamiliar with them as the tiger was.
I think they've seen one too many episodes of Kimono Friends.
Nah, this has been on here for years. A tourist who purportedly left a safari car in South Africa to rearrange some lion cubs who apparently weren't posing for photos to her satisfaction. Right under the nose of their mother.
I've seen that one.
The moron who decided the best way to determine whether a grizzly bear in a zoo was male or female was by entering its enclosure and kicking it between the legs.
There's no way that's real.
The bear turned out to be male and, needless to say, reacted in much the same way the male of any species would to that particular injury.
There's no way in hell that's real. Come on.
Don't underestimate human fucking stupidity.
I like this idea.
Huh.
I mean,
makes some sense.
We've never seen her take it off.
Yeah.
We've never seen them both in the same place. That's an idea, I guess. I mean, to be fair, ceramic blades they can actually be quite sharp.
Well, yeah. If you go into a professional kitchen, those that handle salad prep primarily use ceramic blades because it doesn't. If you cut with a metal blade, the edges start to go brown.
Yeah, is it the metal that like reacts with the salad or
something like that? The ceramic takes much longer for that to happen.
I think sushi chefs quite fond of ceramic blades as well.
Yeah, but also that's a lot of fucking skill for pottery.
Yeah, if that's real.
Probably is.
That's someone's hobby.
Yeah. A well-known personal account relates the story of a soldier who attempted to cross a field inhabited by bison, and with warning signs on the fences, insisting the sign must be a joke because real live buffalo don't exist. He survived to learn that he was wrong, but still would fall under the category of honourable mention in light of his injuries were it better documented. Ballistic discount subverted. The idiot who decided to rob a gun store fails miserably. The story was good enough that it also wound up on 1,000 Ways to Die. Turns out it was embellished, but not by much.
What did he do? He robbed a gun store.
He tried to rob a gun store,
completely missed the cop car. He had to. It wasn't even a plainclothes cop car. But he had to go around in order to get in there.
There was already a cop in the store.
Two of them. And several other patrons.
Were they all armed?
Yes.
Because gun store.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls his gun out, every single person in the shop shoots him.
Yes. Now, the account was that he was basically Swiss cheesed. It turns out there was a lot less rounds fired and a lot less impacts. But, yes. It was in Washington, I believe the state of Washington, not Washington DC, which is in Virginia.
I've always been confused by that. What are they playing at?
I don't know.
It's America,
Right.
what do you expect?
The following mind-boggling attempt at a crime spree in Washington appeared to be the robber's first and last due to his lack of a previous record of violence and his terminally stupid choices. His target was H&J Leather and Firearms, a gun shop specialising in handguns. The shop was full of customers, firearms customers. To enter the shop, he had to step around a marked police car parked at the front door. A uniformed officer was standing at the counter having coffee before work. Upon seeing the officer, the would-be robber announced a hold-up and fired a few wild shots from a .22 target pistol. The officer and a clerk promptly returned fire, the police officer 9mm Glock 17, the clerk of a 50 Desert Eagle. Assisted by several customers who also drew their guns, several of whom also fired. The robber was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics. Crime scene investigators located 47 expended cartridge cases in the shop. The subsequent autopsy revealed 23 gunshot wounds. Ballistics identified rounds from 7 different weapons. No one else was hurt in the exchange of fire. Right? That's the report.
That's a bit of an odd, concealed carry, isn't it? Or person an everyday gun.
Yeah, apparently that's the recorded account. What it actually was on the 3rd of February 1990, it was H&J Leather and Firearms Limited, a gun shop located in Renton Highlands near Seattle, Washington. At 4:40 p.m. that day, he entered the crowded shop and announced his intention to rob it by telling everyone to put their hands on the counter and saying if anybody moved, he'd kill them. He then spotted a uniformed policeman having coffee with Wendell Woodall, the shop's owner. What happened next is less than clear in terms of who shot first, but there's an exchange of gunfire between David Zabak, the would-be robber, Timothy Lally, an 18-year-old veteran of the King County Police Force, and Danny Morris, one of the shop's clerks. Zabak, who had fired 3 times, was shot 3 times in the chest and once in the arm. He died in the hospital about 4 hours after the shooting. No one else was injured during the incident, and no charges were subsequently laid against Lally or Morris. And his weapon was actually a .38 caliber semi-automatic pistol, not a .22 target of the emailed account. The clerk used a 10mm semi-auto, possibly an AMT Javeliner, possibly Colt's 10mm. If he had a particularly rare gun, it might have been a Bren 10.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't a Desert Eagle and 50 Action Express.
Yeah, that's a bit of an odd gun to be carrying.
The Desert Eagle.
That's more like something you take down the range for a bit of fun, not like an everyday...
Basically, the Desert Eagle is when you're compensating but don't want the Smith & Wesson 500 revolver.
Yeah.
The police officer did use a 9mm semi-auto.
It's pretty standard caliber.
And according to... Well, yeah, it's a standard issue. According to Renton Police... Captain Don Pearson, although several other customers had guns and pulled them, they didn't shoot. The only ones involved in the exchange of fire were the robber, the officer, and the clerk. It's unknown how many shots were fired, in part because some of the suspects' shots struck ammunition on a counter, causing it to explode.
Wow.
There were slugs all over that place, Pearson said. Zabak died with 4 wounds in him, 1 in the arm, 3 in the chest, not the 23 claimed in the colorized account. Yet one item of the Darwinised version one would otherwise suspect to have been the product of overwriting does indeed hold up. He did in fact have to walk past the marked police car to get into the store.
Honestly, he deserves to be dead. Sounds harsh, but tell me I'm wrong.
And here we go. A report of a crook who stole a World War II veteran's gun and used it in a robbery, not realising it had the same ammo in it from almost 50 years before. Then, when it didn't fire, he looked down the barrel just as the hangfire resolved itself. One wonders what effect witnessing such a messy death had on the cashier and customers.
I imagine they would be immediately relieved that they were not going to get held up. Then realising what the robber had just done, laughed their asses off.
Whilst also being a bit slicked out because, you know.
Yeah, they're just like, then after he's done the last one, he's just like, the shot goes under the desk, pulls out like a just like in the gore on the screen.
Clean up on aisle 3. And then the black comedy rape trope.
That's quite a title.
Well, less being raped by blacks, it's more...
Black comedy involving... I didn't think it was specifically raped by blacks.
Yeah, right. Considering this is why... considering black comedy is why so many of these are hilarious rather than morbid.
Yeah.
People are so stupid they cross the line twice. But black comedy rape. There are a few stories dealing with attempted rapes. That went horribly, horribly wrong, like the story of the woman who bit her assailant's balls off, then took off with them and handed them into the police, which meant her assailant was arrested when he checked into the hospital with a matching injury.
The evidence proceedings for that case must have been interesting. The Darwin Awards are fucking hilarious.
Sometimes I'm really glad natural selection's still a thing.
Because human stupidity getting rid of all of the idiots for us.
I mean, I have no plans to contribute to the gene pools anyway. I'd still be better off than a lot of these people.
Bread, eggs, breaded eggs. There are a few stories dealing with... the honourable mention story, unarmed and dangerous, opens like this. A drunk driver? No Darwin. A one-armed man driving in an adapted car? No Darwin. A man driving while talking on a cell phone? No Darwin. But a drunken, one-armed man driving an unadapted car while while talking on a cell phone? Darwin Award, almost.
How do they have the phone if he's only got one arm?
Because he's using his arm to hold the phone.
What's he steering?
He's drunk. He's a drunk, one-armed man taking a phone call on his phone while driving a car.
How? I want to know the logistics of that.
Took his hand off the wheel to take the call. Car goes out of control and crashes. This is why it's only.
Fuck!
This is why it's only almost a Darwin Award.
You can tell I'm starting to break slightly.
You're already broken. Bullying the dragon often leads contenders to their nasty ends. Such examples include the guy who kicked a bear in the balls, the man who deliberately challenged his son to stab him to death, and the famous incident where a robber tried to rob a gun store filled with gun users and a cop.
Are there any Florida men on there?
Probably.
I imagine not, because as far as we can tell, they're immortal. Florida man can live up, can
The Darwin
survive
Awards
these.
movie boasts cameos by Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman, as well as Metallica.
There's a movie?
Yeah, it's an old movie though. It's older, it's like early 2000s.
Still Metallica and... Oh,
And the Mythbusters.
so I have Mythbusters news. Can't remember her name. You know the woman who was in Mythbusters?
Carrie Byron.
No, I think it was her. No, I'll look it up. Someone's dead, basically. Jet car accident for the break a speed record.
Huh. I think Carrie went on, been doing more safe things because I believe her Twitter account's still active because I follow her on Twitter.
Oh, Jesse Coates.
Oh, the welder, Jesse.
Yeah.
That sucks. Chainsaw good. One fool took his own head off with one of these.
What the fuck? What's that? Yes. What the fuck?
What?
You know those those gauge things that you get in your cheeks and your ears?
No.
They say that, you know, the gauge things that they...
Oh, the hoop that goes
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, on your cheeks and stuff.
I didn't know you could have them in the cheek.
This guy's got them in the scrotum.
Well, he don't have any balls then.
Thank God for that. Why? You think about...
Consolation World Record. A great many winners were trying to get into the Guinness Book of World Records. Instead, they killed or neutered themselves and ended up here. Death by irony. Protesting motorcycle helmet laws, an Onondaga, New York man was participating in a bear noggin protest ride when he was killed via flipping over the handlebars.
Presumably he was protesting against helmet laws.
Yes,
And then was taken out by...
not having a helmet. Yes, this is why it's death by irony. And one of them that made it on there turned out to be an urban legend.
Okay.
Explosive stupidity. The story of the would-be mail bomber who died when the package was returned for insufficient postage.
God.
That one turned out to be an urban legend. Right. Been doing a lot of back and forth
That person's got some weird lines, but...
Then there were the Palestinian terrorists who built a bomb with a timer while in their home, planning to make it go off in Israel. However, daylight savings time was not observed at the exact same time in both places, meaning the bomb went off while it and they were still in the car.
Is that real?
Apparently so. Urban legend about a 17th century village making a crude wooden cannon to attack their neighbours with, which promptly exploded and killed most of the would-be artillerymen.
They first did that, didn't
Yeah, they tested this one, found it fairly plausible. The only part they didn't buy was being able to build it in a single day using 17th century tools.
I remember the episode, yeah. Was that the one where they actually cannonballed someone's house? Was that
No,
a different episode?
different episode.
Yeah.
Then we have one Croatian who tried to get the explosive out of a hand grenade with a chainsaw for New Year's firecrackers.
I don't even know where to start.
He tried to chainsaw it open. Quite literally. So, basically, you have the problem of sparks and heat everywhere into gunpowder, which isn't exactly the most stable of substances. Okay, she is there. Yeah.
Here's a question. If I was to let the cat things, obviously, wing caps,
Yep.
take one of them, put them on basically on the end of a pen, so you fire it, and the explosion goes into the pen barrel. Take that, grind up some match heads, put them down the end of that, and fire it off. What would happen, do you reckon? Would it blow up?
Or melt the pen, or give you some blisters on your fingers.
Wear gloves, got it.
And that's assuming it doesn't backfire into your face.
Well, I've already built the thing, I just need the matches.
Again, this also assumes it doesn't backfire
Yeah.
into your face. And the whole thing doesn't just explode anyway.
I've already built the thing. It's the shittest thing I've ever built, but it does shoot.
A forklift driving instructor killed himself with a forklift while filming a safety video on the dangers of not wearing a seatbelt. He was not wearing a seatbelt while filming.
What? He proved his point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he proved his point.
Hoist by his own petard. Taunting a prosecutor with the evidence needed to convict you of a capital felony and getting you executed isn't a bright idea.
Oh, God.
Mile High Club. Two pilots decided to have sex in the cockpit of the plane they were flying. It worked out about as well as you'd expect. Bonus points for the fact that it happened in Florida.
Of course it did.
So in fact, Florida man, on the Darwin Awards, deceased. But the spirit of Florida man obviously lives
It
on.
takes a lot to keep. Whenever Florida man dies, his spirit just passes on and reanimates into the nearest man who lives in Florida.
Yes.
Especially Ozpin.
Less Ozpin though, because Ozpin only goes into a worthy.
Oh, okay.
Someone who can actually,
You can kill his body, but you can never truly kill his body.
basically.
He's existed since the dawn of time.
Motorcycle jousting. One example
I already
involved
know what happens.
It involved motor scooters that result in the deaths of both involved. The girl they were trying to impress was naturally not impressed.
They were jousting on mopeds.
Yep.
Here's the thing, right? You do that with like proper armour, that could actually be fun. Obviously, like soft lamp.
Funnily enough,
Yeah.
old school chivalry. A medieval knight who once asked a favour of a lady was once given one of the lady's dresses as a token. He then proceeded to wear the dress instead of armour while jousting. Needless to say, that didn't go well. Got to hand it to the lady though. Brilliant way of getting rid of an unwanted suitor.
Oh God. Oh, okay.
Cigar tin. Clearly a cigar.
I can't say I'm knowledgeable on this.
Clearly a cigar.
I thought it was about like mine or big.
No, that's only the stereotype because that's Cubans.
But yeah, once again, that's the stereotype of all I know.
Only in Florida. Considering all the shenanigans that go on in America's biggest weirdness magnet, the state has its fair share of award winners. Okay, we have spoke to them. Now we've got to go back and speak to the guy we were just speaking to.
Interesting I was thinking about earlier. Even if you think about how little stuff has survived from, like, say, like, stuff like how little stuff has survived over that. It's not in theory impossible that an intelligent race of some sort of creature evolved or changed civilization similar to, if not more advanced than our own, died out for whatever reason and completely wiped all the evidence out over time.
That's one for Atlantis.
There's actually this thing about the Amazon rainforest, like, the soil it's on is man-made. Like, it's a mixture of particular grain, like pottery and particular types of minerals that could not have happened naturally. But we haven't... So basically there's this theory that basically a prehistoric Amazon civilization was more advanced than ours because they basically made the rainforest. I'm sure it's still like some sort of crack theory, but...
Out the band. It's considered textbook examples since the victims are stopped from procreating while making the attempt. Yeah. Overcome with desire. The direct cause of several instances of out of the band above, often involving making love in all the wrong places. In a car parked in the middle of a highway at night, or a running hearse parked inside a garage, or on a steep rooftop, or in a moving car while driving at high speeds, or a moving plane while piloting, which we covered by below.
Yeah.
Powered by a forsaken child, accidentally. One urban legend is about a man who tried to use a power plant's coal runner as a treadmill, but tripped and was converted into power for hundreds of homes.
Oh, God. You know the Berserk anime gets a lot of shit because it's art style, that's horrible. The anime.
I quite like it. I quite like the style.
The 3D is like the first to say that. The manga...
I said that's
beautiful.
That's Guts' Berserk armour.
Yeah, but look at the fine details being drawn in there. Absolutely
incredible.
Yeah.
Reckless gun usage. Some people can find truly ingenious ways to shoot themselves.
Yes, they do.
Smite me, O mighty smiter. Do not taunt lightning. Soft glass. Some winners fatally avert this trope. Real glass is not soft, it is hard and sharp.
Yes, it is.
Stupid crooks. A chapter in one of the books is dedicated to them. Such as the guy who tried to rob a gun shop with a gun. We keep coming back to that one, don't we?
Yeah.
Stupid evil. A good many of the more assholish contenders apply for this trope. For example, the honourable mention who decided to swerve off the road and crash his own car in an attempt to hit a random dog for the evils, or the guy who mutilated himself for a get-rich-quick insurance scam. Oh, what?
That's quite...
Ha! Siren. Nice. Who is possibly a primal? Ha.
Then
I can't really
Yeah, basically the haggish joke.
defeat the sirens. Prowls. Prowls. Servants. Enslaved.
So you've got mentally like
Yep. You say that like Smol has done work. This is for a good cause. This is helping me help someone who can tell me, well, how to fix, well, can help me fix the Enterprise, so I can use it to go over the storm that's blocking me from getting to Garuda, so I can go and kick her. So I can get my get another way to go and kick the ass of the Empire, who I've been looking for revenge for a while now, because they murdered lots of Smol's friendos and kidnapped another 4 of them, including someone who is technically Smol's boss.
Let's go
The movie was 2006. Can't really argue that that skeleton was innocent or it being murder.
No, that's sort of... We can kill them with no moral objection.
Well, she was just basically summoning the dead and the damned, because this is also ship's graveyard. So it's possible those thralls were undead.
Yeah. You're gonna go with that just to avoid these sort of moral complications.
Technically, the Imperial soldiers I'll be murdering my way through some point soon, and have already murdered a number of, for other objectives, are innocent because they're only doing their job. But they're on the other side to me, therefore I have to be murdering them. Throw the pin. Grenades seem to be a magnet for Darwin Award winners. And that's just all it says for that one now. Too dumb to live. All of them are literally too dumb to stay alive. That's the entire point of the Darwin Awards. And according to the creator, one of the biggest reasons why it's funny instead of morbid. This is also why minors aren't included on the list, as there's a big difference between this and legitimately not knowing better. A few lucky ones don't kill themselves, but still end up being unable to have children. Right, we have the crystal.
Cena is back at Aleport. Whether we can teleport.
Conspiracy theory, Steve Jobs isn't dead, he's hiding in Egypt.
Really?
That's what they're saying.
Trebuchet. According to an urban legend, a heavy storm caused a tree to get bent over and wedged under the eaves of a house. The homeowner climbed up the tree to saw the top of the tree off to free it from the eaves. Once he cut through, the tree sprang back, catapulting the owner to his death. Underside ride. One Darwin Award winner tried this while attempting to diagnose a truck's engine, apparently to watch the engine while it worked. Seemed to find an idea until the moving parts caught his sleeve.
I can imagine what happened.
One of the most popular Darwin Awards, which was an urban legend, is the famous JATO story. Jet-assisted takeoff.
Yeah.
The JATO rocket. You know the one that Mythbusters tested 3 times before finally busting.
Yes.
That.
How did they kill the film?
It's an urban legend because the story is that the car took off, flew for a mile, then crashed and exploded.
Oh, the J-Tech car.
Yes, that one.
I remember that.
The Mythbusters had to test it 3 times because the first two times, the first time it was an improvised one, didn't actually work because they couldn't get actual JATOs.
Yeah.
The second time it exploded on the ramp, and the third time they got it to work, but it never it never achieved flight. Even when the JATOs were firing as it went over the ramp, it didn't go into the sky, it just rocket nosedived. Walk on water, attempted by a priest who obviously failed miserably and fatally. Also, a group of people tried to learn to walk on water. Their attempts were eventually stopped after their leader slipped on a bar of soap in the bathtub and drowned.
What?
Yes.
I don't even understand.
You don't even need to understand it, it's just literally that. That's enough of the Darwin Awards. So you could argue in a video game sense that the Empire has in fact nominated themselves for a Darwin Award by angering Smol.
God. With the caption. I don't even want to. I don't even want to know if that exists. Also, look at the last one. The last 2 pictures.
Ah.
Nice.
Oh wow. Giggity.
Oh, come on.
All of these coincidences.
Whoever translated this, you know what? You're on point. You are.
Giggity. We have a lot of.
Yeah. Also, I know I'm going on my road trip.
Well, they're not wrong. Sign me up. Sign me up, Scotty!
Oh wow. Speaking of
Hang
Darwin
on,
Awards.
hang on.
Content shoveling some wood on what looks like a tree house almost, standing on the bit of wood that's going to be cut off.
He really does not understand the gravity of his situation. And I didn't even make that up. That's paraphrasing the quote that is actually on there.
Yeah.
One use, I suppose.
I knew someone in high school who did that.
Did he get an ear infection?
No, but one time he got his headphones ripped out and they broke and he was
Well, that's going to hurt.
all I saw, it was like during lunch, all I saw was just some guy on his block grab his headphones and pull them in like, in a severe amount of pain with his hands on their ears, and like a fair bit of blood.
Giggity is a Spriggan.
Hmm.
Right, so we need to go to East Shroud. Oh, I even got an email notification that I am live. I would think that I would hope that I'm live, because otherwise we've wasted just over an hour.
Yeah. These three attendees flee in terror after the Bethesda presentation glitch caused the death knell to fall on convention floor.
Yeah, I know that one. That makes me chuckle.
It didn't happen to me, but I saw a video once and had a glitch where they were like explaining about this. They just started, death knell to one big swing. I mean, you could do it.
With console commands.
I mean, you could do it. You have to basically try and find like some place you can stab that it will get into. Then unload every single round of every single weapon you had, and then
Which at the time will be nothing.
then maybe stand there for 10 minutes, slashing it with like a kitchen knife.
The kitchen knife would break before the Deathclaw dies. Also, one of the murdered friendos was a Spriggan who left the village to come and help. Well, Silks came to help because she wanted to help Smol and friendos out. And she lived long enough after the raid to tell me this and allow me to look through her memories using the power of Echo, which is, you know, I occasionally have those flashback bits that were things that I wasn't there for. That's how I do it. Allows me to basically view memories. Basically, I'm a walking penitent. So I was able to see the memory. So I even know which Imperial official is responsible for the attack. And oh god, I want to kick their ass so badly.
I imagine you get
One and save the wayward Spriggan, and now go back to Silk. Tempered Silk territory. If you're in the thrall of a primal, you are tempered. The thing is, there's no cure for tempering. You'll worship that primal until you die. So, the only thing that can be done is dead.
You can't kill the primal.
Oh, you can kill the primal, it just disperses back into the aether. Quite literally, you have to be put down, because you will never stop worshipping that primal. So it's for the sake of everybody else and your own sake. No, because you're worshipping the primal. No primal demands that you throw yourself off the cliff, because that loses them a source of energy. Oh no, you don't consciously want to do it. You can't go, oh shit, I'm now stuck worshipping Ithrit. Oh no, the player is immune. People with the power of Echo are immune to being held in the thrall of a primal. Because Ithrit tried tempering us with his hellfire. The humans that were with us, the normal people that were with us, got tempered. Did nothing to me, and he was actually pretty pissed that it did nothing. Wait, go back. Oh, Ellen Sensei.
This is some weird gameplay ended up following, but some got semi. It's basically a bit of an old, like, style people there. I kept the laugh react that point.
Just for that.
As you probably know aware. The Faroe Islands, they have a tradition called the Grill. Basically, once a year, they get their set the fishing boats out, round up pods of like pilot whales, which aren't endangered for the record, herd them back into a bay, and then butcher the fuck out of them. Which makes sense because it's a small, like basically it's their culture. They're basically still Vikings. Their island's so shit, they can't really grow any crops or anything, can't really keep animals.
So they rely on the whale blubber and this, that and the other, and basically anything and everything they can rend down out of these whales.
Even today, like importing stuff is still very expensive.
Because of its remote location.
Yeah. They're also quite good at harvesting sea.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, this is nice to follow on Pixiv. Very known for this kind of work. If I remember to later, I will link you to his Pixiv page. Some of this stuff verges towards G, but it's less what you'd expect for that rating, more a rating out of safety. I'll explain why later. private explanation, we are back to sort of, and moving away from that particular subject. Yes.
Not the sort of thing you'll be talking about on the on stream.
Yep. They are hugely aggressive. It doesn't matter how far away from them you are, when combat is engaged, they throw up a cloud of poison that even if you're well away from them, still automatically poison you. Wait, go back. There are worse choices. Much worse choices. I kill off one, I go to do my objective. Second one is like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have a bit of it. Mamma mia. Or Amamia.
Yeah.
See, she was Akane in Akame got killed. Aqua, would have been Mia in Daily Life. Both are pretty good. Also, one of the girls in Liz in Seven Deadly Sins. The blonde one, she's well Aqua. So basically today is Mia's birthday.
It would seem that way.
Now I've got to go find... Inventory. Right, all the way over here, away from the oak tree, right? We're away from the cloud of poison. Still fucking poisonous. The oak tree will quite occasionally repeat the poison cloud. Okay, we've got to go all the way across the central shroud, or centre shroud.
I hate these things.
The optical illusions. I can see it.
Yeah.
But I hate concentric circle ones.
Mm-hmm.
It fucks with my head, with my eyes afterwards.
Yeah. I can't look at you know, like chain link fences.
Mm-hmm.
Those really screw my vision up. They like completely just kill my depth perception and make me go off right. And we've got one at work on one of the sides. Well, blocking off our bit of the warehouse and nothing.
Oh, I'm fine with that. It's things like that concentric circle.
Yeah, those are annoying.
Optical illusion.
They also can't do grab tables for the same reason, like the small ones, those little boxes or whatever, you mess my eyes up.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
What are the reasons that they'll matter about it?
Ones like which is larger, or which of the two things is larger, and that's just a measure of perception and scale. Yeah. Alternatively, the one at the back is larger, but you think the one at the front is bigger due to proximity as opposed to the outright scale. Silhouettes, like two faces, or is it a vase?
I like that.
Yeah, I'm fine with them. But it's literally ones that outright trick your eyes, like the concentric circle ones that just absolutely screw me up. We have maintained a single watcher for the vast majority of this, which is great. Okay, Giggity is up there, on the North Shroud. Way up to the North Shroud.
That's the thing.
What?
You know, obviously in Japan, it's a rack on a train,
Cheetan? Yep. Yep. Blacklight, yeah. I saw something about that earlier.
And basically, you've got to put in
Yeah. Well, the police definitely have, and forensics definitely have black lights. Because that's how they get things like blood and body fluids to show up. Where is the line?
I'll be honest, I used to be a bit of a stubborn nowadays.
I have no... I don't care either way, dub or sub, I don't care. I lean more towards dub because that way I don't have to keep my eye on the screen at all times and then pause it if I have to, you know, check a message or make a phone call or something. Unlike with the sub. Is it the way it was supposed to be seen? No. That's the common argument. And a lot of it stems from dubbing companies like, say, 4Kick, who absolutely to the dub. But you compare that to, say, Saban, you know, the guys who did Power Rangers before Nickelodeon did the Super Samurai and whatnot. They did the dub of a series called the first anime I ever saw when I was a child, right? I fucking loved that show. It was hilarious. But you know, in the opening, you got the line, as soon as someone finds this book, we might begin the show. Right? That wasn't even a case of them just adapting the lyrics, or even a translation of the lyrics. But quite a few of the episodes the band didn't even have the script sent to them. They just had the Japanese episodes. Essentially. Yes, they basically ad-libbed so much of that series as a result. Pretty sure that well, I say Samurai Pizza Cats basically did that. Yeah. It was a zany comedy widget series as it was. I know. Because I somehow aggroed half of the people down here. Fortunately, we're now down to just the one. Now puts me well within a fighting chance. So I managed to tank everything. Ah.
And then just the guy said
Ha!
this is like
IIRC.
yeah, it's like a...
If I remember correctly.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Basically, they lost the entire translation document at some point, but they had to deliver the product on time. So they just said, fuck it, no one's fact checking this, just do what you want.
Just mad lib.
Yeah. And nobody checked. Everyone like on a higher up or whatever. Whoever it was didn't get released, and they just assumed it was from the translation. It does say here, Samurai Pizza Cats was also a gag dub, although the original show wasn't terrible.
Yeah. It was a decent,
Wait, no, this bit here was saying the lost translation documents, that's referencing Samurai Pizza Cats, but it says here, hell, they even sung it right into the intro.
Yep.
So apparently, Ghost Stories, it wasn't they lost the translation document, it was literally, the original script was so shit, they just made it up.
Yep.
Tired, pal. So I'm always tired, what's the difference? So,
Essentially.
I'm getting tired of being tired.
I'm pretty sure that's an irony.
Yeah.
I don't want to teleport back to Gridiron yet.
What are the actual subtitles for the show?
Right, just checking the power. Okay, I'll find that.
Somebody's a good. Oh well. Poor kids. Every time they double animate, someone's childhood is destroyed.
This may be very contentious and a very unpopular opinion, Well, I don't think they did that bad a job when it came to the original Pokemon. First couple of seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, there were some very egregious things, like the onigiri being called donuts.
The jelly-filled donut.
Yeah.
One of my favourite anime YouTubers fucking hated it. Because he hated it.
But anyway,
Yeah.
things like that aside, because they were trying to westernise and kidify it, 'cause it was actually aimed at teenagers, and all the shit they had to cut out because they thought it wasn't kid-friendly for wholesome values. They didn't do that bad a job with that. But things like Naruto and One Piece,
Yeah.
that's where you start seeing the problems.
I've not yet watched Naruto, but I have heard there's been a bit of...
The early stuff is very... Got to go back down to New Britannia.
You know, like old things who put their poison in.
Yeah.
There's so many forecasts, like 18th century poison ring. You can put a skittle in there. I think these things are meant for poison. Yes, but consider a skittle.
Not wrong.
I'm imagining that's... Who would that be?
Emergency Skittle.
Yeah. Like there are two types of people, sort of person.
Hmm.
Wow. There are 3 cups of coffee and 3 times fancy already, and you have to keep my heart rate.
Sounds about right.
Big cat got his face on his shirt charged in. As in, what? Like, you know, a piece of body or something. I'm a strong believer...
Like a wildcat.
Yeah. I'm a strong believer that this is Disney country they're playing around.
Plausible. I mean, Great Manor Zoo has a Scottish wildcat, and while they're not small, they're not particularly big.
But it first resembles a puma, well,
Ah. And I'm hunting for somebody.
yeah, that's I'm
Show me. Put your rotation on. Yeah, that's a puma. Or a cougar. One of the two.
There's a lot of theories that, like, beasts of wildlife have such quite creatures. Are like zoo escapees and the like.
There's maybe some private collections, because if the zoo would have put it out by now.
Like, well, back in, you know what, at some point, like, things have always changed, you know, a lot of stuff.
reinforced plate steel belt for our shiny new high mithril plate belt. Yeah. Decrypted, anything is plausible but at this point. Now we are going for Garuda. Altered Wolven Cavaliers. We'll take
They theorized it was abandoned. It was an abandoned pet. They then
there, she's ready.
Stuffed it after it died.
Oh, Sid has voice. Yeah.
Ah, she stirs.
Alphanard. Sid's fucking cool. This airship was built by him. And he's effectively a refugee from the Garlean Empire. Smol do smile. Good Smol.
To Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda. Enterprise, engage.
Warp speed, speed, Mr. Sid. Right, Mr. Garland. Yeah, it could be Mr. Sid because Sulu is his first name. I love the reprisal of the main theme. Sid's fucking cool bloke. I think we found him as a amnesiac, odds job man for the church. I think he's got something on his forehead now. He's taking his goggles off.
Damn it! Oh, I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone.
That's a fucking awesome voice. Also,
there were adventurers
turns out
on board.
it was one of the 14 voice actors who was murdered. Yugiri Mistwalker, who appears in Heaven's Ward, which is the notable Aura. Her voice actress was the one who was murdered, not Y'Shtala. Smol is now peering into his memories through Echo.
Echo.
Yeah. This is the Echo
Just
firsthand.
how long have I worn these damn goggles?
What a fucking cool voice. There he is, the master of Garland Ironworks. As a younger man.
Ah, yes, I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days. The young prodigy, admired by all, exactly like his father. Born and raised in Garlemald.
It's the capital of the empire.
Really nice thigh boots.
Yeah. One second.
Downside is they probably don't make them in our sizes. The Empire's Magitech armor.
It was only natural that the precocious young student should...
And we can get one of those as a mount later. So we can run around the land in a stolen Garlean
Father,
Magitech armor.
when did we stop seeing eye to eye? When did Meteor become your
downward.
everything, and your loved ones cease to matter?
And you can see the lines on it where it's clearly a prison. Holding a very angry, very old dragon.
Yeah.
Oh shit. There's Nero. In Sid's memories.
That's some nice armor.
He's a gunbreaker.
You abandoned us all, but he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not. Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man, with an all-consuming obsession.
Gaius is is Nero's boss and the boss of the one that Smol really wants to hurt.
That's a thing.
Photo manipulation, obviously.
And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks.
Anything on there that says bludgeoning damage tends to be a hammer.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Ooh, Smol is shining. Shiny Smol! Shining NYAN.
Ah yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles.
That's Biggs and Wedge in their every game cameo.
Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose. I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home.
Sid's fucking cool.
I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. That light. It was you, wasn't it? It's surprising how few people know this, but all pure-blood Garleans have a third eye.
Huh.
Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess.
Third eye. We can suppose.
The Enterprise was made for this. To carry Eorzea's protectors into battle. I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden. I remember everything. My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come, it would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
He's one of the most violent primals. You can see the big storm that we're flying into. This is why we need that corrupted crystal. It basically allows us to penetrate this storm. Aha!
Because that ship is hardly aerodynamic.
It's an airship. A fantasy airship. Dun, 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 dun. Howling Eye now accessible. Right. To fight. You can see Ifrit there. See? He looks like a fucking Deathclaw. He's not a dragon. He's not a dragon. Not even close. He's literally a fucking Deathclaw. He's got the same hunched over posture. You can see his hunched over posture. It, quite literally, this fucker is a Deathclaw. Right? Okay, this is from a French site.
I don't speak French.
Nor do I, but it's because we're chasing this link. You can see the Amalja there. Lizard men. Literally. Right? Ifrit's designs the games he's been in. 7. Updated in Crisis Core. 8. 10. He didn't really change between 8 and 9. 11. 14. He wasn't in 13 or 12. And obviously this was before 15 came out, where he once again looks like his 7 incarnation.
Not wrong.
Yeah, if I'm in the mood for it, I actually like country music.
I like some country music. Problem is a lot of it does end up the whole basically, you know, phrase being to America,
I much prefer the what country music is supposed to be.
Yeah, that's good.
And there's Mega Man himself, Titan, because he's essentially a golem. He is a rock man. In Japan, Mega Man's original name is Rockman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Therefore, a bleak reference. Right. This is what Garuda looks like. She actually looks kind of pretty, and you can see why Sid called her a harpy. Those talons.
Yeah.
Ah, we actually have to fight Leviathan at some point. Duty registration complete. I'm just gonna wait. Ah, shit. Waiting time average 15 minutes. Clearly not a popular one. Battle on the Big Bridge. Side quest free collectors, part of the Hildebrand arc, which is a Heaven's Ward quest. It's a reference back to Final Fantasy IV,
Yes.
with one of the most iconic returning characters, who is also a joke, but at the same time is hilarious. Gilgamesh. He's quite often a returning boss, and in 8, after Cypher kills Odin, takes Odin's place as the insta-kill summon. Side quest of Relic Reborn and defeating the Chimera. You fight the Hydra. Ifrit Harv. Chronicles of a New Era quest available after completing the main story quest, The Ultimate Weapon, and you also get it by completing the quest Ifrit Bleeds, We Can Kill Her.
another bloody reference. Predator.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah.
Garuda hard. Better look at her face. She actually looks rather pretty. Titan hard. In a Titan spot. In for a Garuda awakening. So, like I said, Ifrit isn't a dragon, he's a fucking Deathclaw. Goes from Deathclaw with Deathclaw stats to Deathclaw with Bloatfly stats when you refight him. While we're waiting, go make. I'm getting thirsty doing all this talk. Talking way too much. Also, one thing you can do that you keep neglecting to do whilst streaming, you can actually do things on Grand Order.
Well, that's true, isn't it?
Plus, with unlimited download and Wi-Fi, you can get the new APK. Assuming, of course, that it is an APK, which we'll find out in a moment. Yes, it is. No, I didn't say select that. I said close the tab. There we go. Want to contact Azure Lane. Right, we are still sitting at 1 tank, no healers, no DPS. Normally DPS jump on raids stupidly quickly. I can't even go onto the Enterprise and do a thing. It belongs to Sid. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's a cool guy. Why would I want to take something away from a cool guy like Sid?
Why are you getting dance on them?
I just wanted to see if I could jump onto the wing, so I could do photos and whatnot.
When you finally beat this boss, you'll dance on their grave.
No, because why would I want to make Garuda belong to me when she's a violent, destructive entity who just wants to kill everything? Smol has better things to do.
So this universe dancing on things is low.
Because Smol's law. This isn't Fortnite after all. This isn't dancing on them to humiliate them.
I've played Fortnite maybe once or twice. I don't really get the appeal. Like one of the guys I work with plays it like religiously without knowing anything's going on because they've just ruined the game. They've added like mechs or something.
Yeah.
They've added ruin the balance. It's no longer a skill game, it's just a game of get the mech.
Typically speaking, it was always a game of get the sniper rifle, or get the rocket launcher, or get the minigun, and build your hard as nails base in the middle, kill anybody who gets close to you seeking shelter from the storm. Primarily with headshots from rocket launchers and sniper rifles, so they can't even go onto the downed state.
I'm actually amused by the fact that Azure Lane's Hiei can actually cook.
I want to buy a...
Ooh! That was quick. It happened whilst we weren't even looking. Oh, come on, last DPS, come on! Don't drop out, come on.
This reminds me of my days playing Black Ops Zombies. When we were trying to get a lobby built, we kept jumping in that and
Ah!
Yeah.
Somebody withdrew. Fuck. So the counter's still ongoing. And there we go, come on. Already! Yes!
I'm looking for like a loud as possible, like wireless, like a radio stereo type thing. Preferably Bluetooth.
First time I've seen this cutscene, so I'm going to be watching the cutscene. Ow! Okay, she's actually fucking impressive. It's actually some pretty good armour as well. Preservers. She's huge, says Alfred. These are the bird folk worshippers. The Easterly. Oh, got the kobolds as well for some reason. Malja and kobold prisoners, but why would the Ixal bring them here? Oh, she's going to try and temper them. We're here to stop your reign of terror. Hear you this blasphemy, my children? These land walkers would bring me low. You who are bound to crawl upon the earth should revere me, for I am the wind. Okay, wind. I'm Smol. Smol here to smack with axe. You'll find one cheaper.
I'll go like CX and see one, like a good one,
Yeah, because it's a duty cutscene, not a story cutscene.
I'd like to have a like
Because of that guy. Oh, good. You don't fuck with them. You don't fuck with a former soldier. We have a machinist, we have a ninja, we have a scholar. Too bad ninjas learn to fight against rogues because they're wrong. Well, that's a good start. Plenty of time we have heads. Yep. No, I'm not the healer. I'm the tank. No, warrior. Wait, mess with that. White mage is one of my second. No. No, I'm the tank. One tank, one healer, 2 DPS. Standard setup for basically every dungeon. I'm the tank. My job is to pull aggro and hold. All of the armour. The steampunk Yukari as the driver. Funny you should say that though. No, not quite. Well, Garuda's down. Nope. Nope. He's back up. I said not quite. Go to the cabinet over there. Right hand stack, Titanicus. Yeah. The one below the 40k codices and whatnot. Yeah. I'm going to go to the back few pages. Read that bit first, then go into it. I've taken the 40k Warlord Titan and Story of Titanicus, and as a one-shot, put it into Fantasy Warhammer back when that was a thing. By tempering me. No, I claimed you. You should be mine. Well, denied. And there's her crystal itself. This will be like number 5 or 6.
Why does that look tasty?
Because it looks like some kind of ice cream.
I want to eat it.
Don't eat the crystal.
Why
I
not?
need it. I need it. It is magic thing.
It looks like it's lime flavoured.
No. Because no. This is in fact crystal number 6. Frick yeah. I now have all 6 crystals. This is doing a thing! That's the one I found. And then 1 for Ifrit, 1 for Titan, 1 for Garuda, and then 2 others that I found. No mortal should possess such power. This is impossible, she yells. Ah, yeah, funny you should say that. I'm not your average Smol. They all were. they wouldn't have been able to do this particular one if I was being the healer, because that was my white mage is only level 41.
Why do you not tremble at my might? Why do you not beg for mercy? Why do you not die?
Interesting voice for Garuda.
We've done it! Ah! Impossible it is! Kill you all!
Is that all?
Oh shit!
That sounded like... What sounded like... Keep going.
Right, that guy.
I swear I recognise that voice.
That's the guy in charge of the Imperial the Imperial Legion that is in the area.
O Lady of the Vortex, O mighty Garuda.
Like I said, oh shit.
I swear I know that voice.
Gaius von Belzar. The Sable King of Wolves. It's the 14th Legion. Richard Epcar at the minute. In Stormblood, it's Michael McElton. But Richard Epcar... on Wikipedia. Barto from Ghost in the Shell.
Well, that's probably where I know him from.
Kanosaki from Witch Hunter Robin. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, Bato. Robotech Shadow Chronicles, Vince Grant. Lucky Star, Tadeo Hiragi and others. Deguza Maki from the dub for Unicorn. Etamon, Tuormon and others in Digimon Fusion. Wolf Daddy and Bloodlad. Foreman Kurobi and Capellion. Ben Dot, Cherry in Episode 6 and others in the 2011 series for Hunter x Hunter. He's also Joseph Joestar in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders and Diamond is Unbreakable. He was Barto in the first Ghost in the Shell film and in Innocence as well, which was the second one. He was in a number of video games. Kingdom Hearts 2 as Ansem and Seeker of Darkness. Taichiro Sugai and the arena announcer in Dot Hack GU. Dale Argosy, The Crimson Shield, Star Ocean First Departure. Raiden and the Joker in Mortal Kombat vs DC. Ansem in Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. Gabriel and Star Ocean's Second Evolution. Ansem again in Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days. Azazel in the Scenario Campaign Cinematics for Tekken 6. Skywarp in Transformers War for Cybertron. Terra Xenohort in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Raiden in Mortal Kombat. Preventius Avency in Skyrim. And some Terra Xenohort in Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. Walhart in Fire Emblem Awakening. Joker in Injustice Gods Among Us. Terrorist Cyrus. Yes.
I originally assumed it was a codex or something.
No. It's one of my favourite fucking 40k stories. It really captures what it's like to be in a Titan. There's some early installment weirdness in.
Of all primals, the most terrible, I say again, is that all?
In a couple of the early stories, like here, Marines going down like they're made of paper, along with Guard. Then an entire
relief column here. There we go. You can see the size of the scale of a warhound. An actual one would be about half that height. This is before they set a lot of these.
I keep having to remind myself what order to read in. Obviously, this is Western.
Right. So you can see Lehman Russes, Guard, there's even Marines here.
Yep.
Again, just ripped apart like nothing. Right? It's like I say, it's a lot of early installment weirdness in there. It's a bloody amazing story.
Gaius!
Ah, Sid, my boy. You look well. For one who has forsaken kin and country. I wonder what else you will forsake before the day is done.
Huh. He also did voiceover in 3 Power Rangers series. Lost Galaxy, he was Barber Axe and Fishface. Lightspeed Rescue, he was Cyclopter. And Time Force, he was Vexicon. So he was 4 different monsters in 3 different Power Rangers series.
When I first heard his voice, originally I thought he was like, I originally thought he was Prime, and I was like, kept walking
No,
away.
it's not Prime.
Yeah.
And his design is meant to make you think of Final Fantasy XII, the Judge Magisters, particularly Judge Gabranth.
What exactly did you hope to accomplish here this day? Well, I shall accomplish far more.
Oh yeah, Nero has a different helmet design. His is swept back. Whereas swept back horns. Nero Tolskava. Right. Right. Nero's helmet. He's a Rogarden. And Livia is the bitch that I must destroy. She's the one who did the thing that has made Smol very, very upset. Yeah. Gaius in the light. His armor's fucking cool. There's the Rogarden. Nero. And she is a pugilist, so she does all the punchy stuff. But her gauntlets are basically guns built into them, so when she punches you,
is that all?
she's also shooting you.
Insolent mortal! I shall make you suffer! That foul stench! I see now. She has touched you!
She being Heidelin, goddess of the world, referring to me.
Very well.
Which is why I cannot be tempered.
7 hells, does she still mean to fight?
O Lord of the Inferno, Almighty, free, grant us succor in our hour of need.
Save us, Titan, Lord of Crags! It hurts us so! The pain! The pain!
What is she? 12 preserve. She cannot mean to...
I don't think you can temper somebody who's already been tempered. I think she's done something else instead. Shit.
Something different back. See? Fucking Death Claw! There's Titan. Oh, hi. You're not still mad about the axe I put in your face, right?
No. No, this is all wrong.
Primal that can summon other primal.
Stop gawping, boy. We must run.
They've summoned... But Gaius isn't even
Surrender
moving.
yourselves unto me. I would feast upon your ether. None shall stand against the wind.
I don't think she's very happy. You can see why she's rated as one of the most destructive of primals.
Bear witness to the glory of the Empire!
Ooh, this is probably going to be something bad. Oh shit. Oh shit! New Magitech weapon. I think this is his Omega weapon. Shit, yeah, he's... Yeah. Shit! Well, it's ultimate weapon. And it looks like Seven's ultimate, just like the dragon. Yeah. Yeah. Go to Google, type in FF7, and then Ultima Weapon, which is obviously
It is you
first part
who
of
will
Ultima.
suffer, Garuda. Ancient Alec had
right,
ways
him.
of dealing with your kind. Now, look on their ultimate weapon,
from-
icon, and despair.
Character model. Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's literally Ultima Weapon, mechanized Ultima Weapon without the wings. And holy shit, he's just snatched her out of midair.
I'll say this, the graphics in the wrong I love that sort of like...
Oh shit, now he has the wings! Fuck!
I love that sort of finishing move where you just sort of eat.
Magnificent. It exceeds all expectation.
I don't know and I don't want to find out, but I have to because I have to fight it later, I believe. Shit.
With each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful. A marvel, is it not?
Of the Astians, or the Asians, or have you. Yeah, he's also...
Such is the fate of
he's also
those
pretty
who
immortal.
oppose the Empire.
And even if he's falling through the air, he'll just teleport away.
There will be no warriors of
I don't think
light
they
to
realise he's
save
there.
you this time. If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender.
Yeah, shit. I said this was probably a bad thing, didn't
Your skills are
I?
impressive, but they will not be enough.
You say that, Gaius, but I'm still not going to give up. It's my job to do this, to do a save and be good, Smol. Smol, not quit.
12, have mercy. What chance have we against such an ungodly creation? And who was that armored devil?
That was Gaius Van Balsar, legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and Supreme Commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
He used to be part of the 7th Legion, but he wasn't in command of that. Because the one who was in charge of the 7th Legion is the one who dropped Dalmond on Eorzea.
Of course. The Black Wolf. How could I not realize? Grandfather mentions him in his journal.
I was never so naive as to think the man would abandon his ambitions. But these developments are beyond my worst expectations. What have you been doing these past 5 years? How could something of this magnitude have escaped the Alliance's attention?
We heard no whispers, saw no signs. In the wake of the calamity, the Empire seized land and built outposts, but that was the extent of their aggression.
Damn it, Gaius. Where in the seven hells did you find that thing?
It has been a day of unexpected developments, but the fact, while I take no comfort in the manner of her downfall, it does mean that we may safely put the matter of the primals to one side, for the time being at least.
Which just leaves the matter of Gaius's new toy.
Indeed. That weapon poses the greatest threat to Eorzea. It must be destroyed. But first, we must needs find out all we can. Let us make for Vesper Bay. All is not yet lost, my friend.
Vesper Bay,
for
that's
we bear the
where
light,
the walking sound
and
is.
shall surely lead our people from the darkness.
Oh, yeah, it's Azure Lane. Hey, I actually got a commendation as well from it. So finally back in control after all those really cool fucking cutscenes. Smol doing small things.
As you do.
Yep.
Good episode. Watch the recent.
So far, it's something that doesn't actually have a Harry Potter crossover, surprisingly enough.
What, Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
You just like searching for Harry Potter crossovers and everything recently.
Yeah.
Also, some Zoom spoiler I've been following on Twitter to see how bad their first possibly gets.
Yeah.
Like this. Big comparison charts.
Yep.
I literally follow my dog up there.
Just for shits and giggles. Oh yeah, San Diego is getting a has been getting a retrofit, but she needs a special retrofit tool. Play the event for 7 days. No, no, that's not a retrofit.
I'm making it look like it
That's a defit. Oh, you can get black pumps. Nice.
What's the one with that really stupid city? That really stupid street?
Well, I'm doing a thing. I'll tell you in a minute if it's the one I'm thinking of. Damn, not a one. You're probably thinking of San Francisco. The one with the really steep, windy street.
Yeah, that stupid
yes,
thing.
San Francisco.
Surely they could do something better with that.
It's the best they could do with the space they had at the time. No. And we level up to level 46 as well.
Don't say about video games. If it's not working out, just get rid of it and start again.
It's a helmet that I can... The helmet I've just replaced... I just replaced with this. Yeah. I could do this with. I want to see if I can do it with this one as well.
Are those chainmail catties?
Yes.
I like. I think I texted you about, like, messaged you about the idea of a full suit of armor, but hey, it was like either a knight or a morning star.
Yep.
Or something.
Unfortunately, that wouldn't help because my tail is for balance. No.
What is it like?
I can't swing it around as a weapon. The only time it swings around is if I'm running in a circle.
So
Look.
it's not prehensile.
No.
You don't get control of it.
It's like it's a cat's tail. I'm not a monkey.
I don't know how much control cats have over their tails.
The muscles, and if they can curl it around, but it's not an aggressive thing. They can't attack with it. It's not.
Can you secretly pick up like something behind your back, like a knife off the table?
It's not prehensile.
So you can't pick stuff up.
No.
Not even like a teeny to pick up.
No. It's not a friggin' prehensile tail.
What's the point of it then?
Cat's tail is there for balance. Why is this concept foreign to you? Oh wait, you balance.
Yeah. Does everyone need to get a tail?
I'm tempted to say yes, but at the same time I don't think it will help in your case.
We were talking yesterday about getting a tail.
So I'm not spending any more gil than I absolutely well have to. Adorable. I am casting Return to go back to Limsa for free. And then, on my way through, repairing my gear, and then stopping off to also sell off this excess shit that I don't need. And I am going to spend the minimum amount of gil possible, so about 80 gil or 120, rather than a couple of hundred to get to get to Horizon and then travel from there to get to Vesper Bay. Hmm?
Made the best film.
Ah.
I thought it was killing the citrus doing this.
Hmm.
I'm not certain. It's possible Karikawa was just doing the film. Oh wait. no.
Possible. Because
Is it a film or is it? Because it's the movie, but originally we were giving like a recap movie, like a compilation of stuff. But the scene in there, I recognise it because it's the point right after in the manga where the series ends.
Huh.
Because the chapter after where the series has ended, obviously that's where the manga goes on to. I recognise it. So yeah, we're getting new content.
Huh.
New movie form.
Oh, so basically Heaven's Feel.
Yes.
Huh.
More onward, which means to get more revenue. Because at that point in the manga, that's where he's like his main story comes.
You've mentioned before
Yeah.
to me.
Do you tell quite like the series?
No, it's very subtle. I can't really tell at all.
I consider it like one of my top 3 series. But of course they're always changing, because I'm always like,
Hmm.
Yep, it was Killing the Citrus.
Uh-huh. That. And I'll convert that into a material. There we go. Kraken's Competence 1, so I've made 3 of those. There we go, here's the ferry that we need to take. 80 gil, rather than a couple of hundred. Kagi at level 97.
good. Before I send anybody else. Cutscene. Essex is now perfect. Not for the second. I can now put max break Essex. Inventory. Weaver, Master Glamour's Weaver used. I'm now over level 15 there. What? Once or twice a day. Into the Waving Sands, yes. Remember when this used to be all nice and lit up? Yeah. Yeah. Then the Empire came.
I mean, when's it ever a good...
Huh.
It's never usually a good thing when people call themselves the Empire to show up, is it?
Indeed. Ida! She escaped! She's one of Frendo's! She is portent friendo for Smol. And also, oh my.
Oh my.
She must have been away because she's almost always with Papalimo, one of the Lalafels, and he was captured.
T-shirt wish tried to sell someone. As someone who's read up on Satanism, they're against both of those things. Both meth and beating women, they're very much opposed to both of them.
Yeah, no, they don't beat women, they just sacrifice them to the devil. Obviously, I know that's not quite actually what Satanism is all about, but, you know, jokes.
Yeah, these days, like, well, these versions I've read, people call themselves modern Satanists. It's basically just paganism.
Which was all about the human sacrifice.
That was definitely an element.
They do love of them human sacrifices. I've also found a very good way of keeping
the Descon carrier out of trouble,
Yes.
sticking her in a fleet with lots of grown-up ships, where she can't cause any trouble. At least Justola hadn't been there at the time as well, because she was still studying the current that let us sneak into Titan's bedroom via the back door. She's gone. But yet, Papalimo and Minfilia were among the captives. Ha! To see the NYAN, the Onei-chan, but NYAN instead, because Justola.
Hear.
That's Heidelin's voice.
Feel. Think.
The goddess has words for me. Or because I've now united all 6 crystal bits. Oh. We're viewing a thing. Only because I've glamoured my armoured my trousers and boots to look like skirt and boots.
Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Heidelin, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow,
whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation.
What's his face?
Thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
It's always nice when a goddess actually likes you. Yay, on NYAN! She's actually happy to see us as well.
Yeah. You know,
If I was in control of myself, rather than this being a cutscene, you do know what I'd be doing, right?
Of course.
Run over, big hug!
Yes.
So NYAN!
You don't ever see gods in like movies, games, anime and whatnot. They always talk with that really like almost old English importance stuff. Well, they just, I love it if I was like a god of all things, just be like, "What's up, bitch? Yeah, here's how you kill him. Just basically take this crystal, shove it up his arse, job's good."
You're a very bored deity.
Yeah.
Clearly one who does not give a shit at all. Quite literally, it seems. Dun dun dun. Imperial stronghold at the heart of Mordona. Castrum Sentry.
Making a Nezco bag.
A what?
Nezco bag. A bag, like a backpack, in the shape of the box Nezuko's in, and if you open it up, it's got a picture of her in it.
Oh, Nezuko.
Yeah, from Demon Slayer.
You said Nezuko, not Nezuko. Nezuko.
I meant to say Nezuko. It's just the way I talk, I kind of cut out the middle of the fucking... You know I kind of stutter. Well, that's going to end in an interesting way. You can't deny it'll be interesting, can you?
Yep.
Oh yeah, someone at NASA said that Pluto is a planet and people are arguing with him.
Again.
Yes. I don't get what all the arguments are about. Like, it's a tiny little ball of ice, fucking millions of miles away. We're never going to go to it. Why do we care?
It's a dwarf planet.
It's a ball of ice.
Also, they've released Primaris Shrike.
That's the thing.
Because you know how Marnius Calgar got turned into a Primaris Marine?
Yes.
Some others, such as Corsaro Khan of the White Scars, have been upgraded effectively. And Shrike, as the chapter master of the Raven Guard, has finally... Well, he was chapter master in all but name for the last 2 editions.
Yeah.
He was effectively only a captain in like 4th and 5th edition, 6th, but 7th and 8th, he's been chapter master in all but name. he's now got a model to go with. He's actually got lightning claws, and a beaky helmet as well. He's actually got the old Mark 6 beaky helmet still from his old model, but it's been upgraded. He's on and everything to match his increased stature.
Excellent.
Obviously, both MCR and 40k at the same time. Best look at his mask. Comparison with the Winter Soldier. That's at the back of his boots.
That's a thing.
Yeah, they're also doing some new Eldar models as well. But there we go. Friggin' awesome.
Still can't get over that thing you told me yesterday about Robin Williams having, what was it, a flaming gay Eldar army or something.
Yeah. Apparently, Robin Williams used to collect Eldar, and it was in his own words that they were flaming gay.
Yeah, because he painted them, what, pink and black?
But in his own, he used to collect them, and he didn't used to actively play, so that was a rarity. But yeah, basically, he used to have his own 40k army. Portland House at Durandale.
I wonder what's happened.
Presumably Zelda has them.
I was going to say, I'd like to think she's got them.
See, she was there for that battle, apparently. Also, give Ida a hug, because I do kind of like her. But then, hug NYAN one more time for good luck. Oh, shit. So what happens when I'm not paying attention?
No, hung's a very different sort of command. Well, I'm not sure we like to broadcast that sort of thing on YouTube.
Giggity?
Yeah.
Ah, so giggity. How expensive it is for us to go from Fanlin to Kerthus? 441 gil.
Wow.
If only it was 1 gil less. 440.
Yeah.
There was a band called Apollo 440. Can't Stop the Rock.
You know many things.
Yes, I do. I know a little about a lot, and a lot about a few things. And that's in my dad's words. He's the same. Also, damn it, wrong thing. That's the one. Eating on horseback. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to There we go.
No context how it happens, but...
Oh god! Oh!
Presumably it was some sort of military exercise.
Oh! No, just don't show me shit like that again. Seriously, just don't show me shit like that. Agony of Defeat and Thingor. Just outright no. And those are trope names. The troper who came up with those names is on point, but seriously, those two, don't fucking show me shit like that. They make me cringe badly.
I've noticed.
Oh god, why? Just run over the... luckily, I was about to say just run over the guy we're here to see with my horse.
Did you get done for running someone over with a horse?
I can't imagine the quest giver would be that pleased with me.
Right, in real world, would it be a driving offence if you kill someone using a horse?
In theory? I don't know the legal logistics about that, but quite probably.
I'm not a judge. Judges of YouTube, have you ever had to defend someone who ran someone over using a horse? If you have, please weigh it in the comments. It's a long shot, but you never know. Could be a poor judge on a Thursday afternoon. Got no cases this week. Just go out small time Final Fantasy streams.
Possibly.
On the other side, if you've ever killed someone using a horse, what happened?
Was it manslaughter or murder? Was it classed as a dangerous driving offence?
Yeah. Because would you lose your driving license for committing traffic offences in a horse?
Oh, I see. So we've got Minfilia. They've got the girl who's always at the desk outside.
Yep.
The gatekeeper, who's also a good friendo. Papalimo and I can never remember his name, but the hooded Elysian guy.
Do you need the qualifications to ride a horse on the roads?
You need to know how to bloody ride a horse.
Yeah, but if you could do that already, assuming you've already got the horse and know how to ride it, do you need any extra qualifications? Is it like a bike, or have you got to like have qualifications? Or at least like a certificate or like a CMT or something.
I don't know. I only ever did horse riding as a child.
Telling me you don't regularly ride through the streets on a horse?
No. I don't own a horse.
Really? What a surprise.
Orianja and Tataru were the two. I couldn't remember my name. So, right there. I just missed because I've just gone past it. And they've got Biggs and Wedge. Trust those two rascals to escape. Luckily for me, I have a fast horsey. Don't worry, Sid. They are friendos to Smol. Ergo, Smol will do save. White. Gaius and his four legates. A little, but one of the primary you can see the guns on it, I think. And part of the main inspiration for him has been Final Fantasy XII's Empire. The Nero's got a rather draconic helmet. Yeah. Looks like eggs.
Yes. I didn't actually know that about
Ritarton is big guy at the back, the Ricardan, whose armour makes him look like a bull. Gaius doesn't care where you come from, as long as you can be of use. It's typically
Is he standing on something, or is he short?
he's just knelt down. Rigarden as not being pure blood Garleans generally get looked down on in the Empire. Don't neglect your coffee. But Gaius doesn't care.
He's useful to Gaius and has proved his loyalty. Therefore, Gaius has use of him, or use for him, and respects his ability. It's like, I have given you nothing, Perfectus. You have earned my respect. Now go do my will. Oh my. Looking at her. My quarters, 1 hour. Yes. That's the only appropriate response to that. Yes. Forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command of half of our forces to her? I have given you nothing, Perfectus. You have earned it. I was about to say to a regarded. I've given you nothing, Perfectus. You have earned it. Yeah, it's like easily can see why he's one of the best villains. Situated to the west.
Something that annoyed me when I first started drinking coffee. After about a month, it stopped working as well.
Yeah, because you build up a tolerance.
Yeah, because like yesterday, obviously, I was like, yeah. That isn't how coffee's supposed to work. What am I supposed to do? Just drink it constantly?
Have an IV of it directly into your bloodstream.
What, like randomly at work every now and then, get to a coffee?
Just have it on an IV so it's constantly on a drip.
I think people at work might think I'm on
Just literally, if they start questioning you, pour a goddamn cup of coffee into the IV bag.
Yeah. I believe it's their face.
No, pour the coffee. Pour the goddamn coffee into the IV right in front of them. An overdose on anything. Granted, you'll have to drink like a bathtub and a half in like 2 hours.
It'd be very impractical, but theoretically it's possible.
People have done it.
It's also theoretically possible to overdose on cannabis, but the amount you'd have to smoke and the time you'd have to smoke it is physically impossible. Or something to that effect.
But that's why you take a speedball. Crack cocaine and heroin. Yeah. You take one of them, you do it in less than half an hour. That half an hour to go through it. You do it in less than half an hour, you kill yourself from an OD.
I can't say I've got any experience in that.
Nor have I. It's what I've heard from others who know a bit more than I do.
You're clearly a hard drug.
Yeah, now, you want this bag of weed or not?
You can spend your weekends on the streets of London selling crack, don't you?
Yes, clearly.
To be fair, you're hardly a powerhouse.
Obviously.
Well, certainly
Probably. I weigh next to nothing. Search the area for the footprints. Yeah. Two sets. One of somebody who is very small, one set of somebody who is very big. It's Biggs and Wedge.
I wonder which one's which. Is it one of those things where plot twists are called Biggs and
I believe so. Couldn't say off the top of my head, but I believe so. It's been a while since I last interacted with them. Yeah, about 2 months now. Well, at the very least a month. one of the jokes about why Little's got on the floor. He's fucking huge. Yeah. America, so probably Boston.
He passed out in a hotel lobby, and then the next day, when like the guy he was with came back down from his room, he was still there on the floor.
Passed out drunk.
Yeah, because to be fair, how the hell are you gonna lift Andre the Giant?
The only reason Hulk Hogan was able to do the body slam, you know, pick him up and fucking throw him, was because he had assistance from Andre himself.
Yeah.
So like I said, wrestling isn't fake, it's scripted.
It's not, it's clearly, it's highly skilled, it's just...
Yeah,
it's
people...
not an actual fight,
People actually underestimate how skilled an actor a wrestler has to be.
I heard someone
He had...
explain it to more like dancing.
Kind of. He's like over 7 foot, let's put it that way.
He's also, he wasn't exactly skinny either.
No.
235 kilograms. That's... Hold on, that's... That's over double what I am. What's that for the kilograms?
1 pound is 0.45 kilos. So how heavy was he in kilos? 520 pounds. 1,000 kilos. Wedge is the small. Biggs is the big guy. He's a Lalafell. Please don't eat me, I'm not ready to suck into the look, it's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Oh wait, it's you! Yay! Don't worry, Small, I'm here.
There's also 2.24 meters.
Oh, my link shell has finally been working again. Yay.
Also, apparently Hulk Hogan was 137. His link is video versus wrestling of WWE wrestling. None of them are particularly lightweight. You know what? It's one of those Randy Savage. 107.
The late Macho Man Randy Savage.
It's about... Like,
He died.
I know some of them died, never knew which one.
Andre the Giant's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero. Most of the Gueros are dead. Chris Benoit was very famous. Killed his family, then shot himself.
That's a bit...
But that's off the top of my head. The Chris Benoit thing, it was in the news for ages. We'll go Monument Tower to the west. But Master Garland, you just spoke with. Yay! He's still alive! Go away, mud puppies, I don't want to fight you. I'm busy. The acting doggers, they are oversized salamanders. You're a long way from home, adventurer, says the gate guard. No fucking shit. Coming November this year, they're actually confirmed
2019 release for Sisters of Battle.
Excellent. We plan bank robbery now, might be able to afford it when it drops.
Basically. Unfortunately, however, the Seraphim have got the stupid news the same as the Inceptors. The one, yeah, the one with like little tiny lip on it, gone to the trees, and it's just a mess.
I love the idea like you're in custody, you have to like rob a bank, and they're just asking like.
It's nice to meet someone of Ishgard who doesn't outright act like a dick to me.
Why did you do it? Why did you rob this? Why did you try and rob this bank? Is this the battle? Is this the battle coming out? It's like the judge who's there. It's like he's just also secretly a Warhammer fan. It's like not guilty. Next.
Oh no, suspended sentence, because you're clearly guilty. You've been caught robbing the bank. You are obviously guilty. Suspended sentence, community service.
Next.
Cave just to the south. May have gone there. Horsey, charge! I know that if he's Templars, he'd have you hung because of zeal. They have to be more the just the Imperial Aquila.
Yeah, that makes more sense actually. That'd also be a good tattoo because you wouldn't get mistaken for a Nazi. That did happen for some reason.
Yeah. Clearly not. Clearly not. Died, but I did, however, kill all the revenants, so I still accomplished the objective anyway. It's just got to aggro everything. So I need to go do a thing quickly. Summons a horse, so hold L2 and then press the corresponding button. So I'm on the right tab, be L2 and that one.
Okay.
And then, yeah, before you do that. And then take us south.
Okay.
And then that way. Back to the tower, monument tower. Okay.
So, summon Horsey, go do that. Okay. I'll be back in a moment to take command, folks. Hold L, you go hold L2.
That way.
Oh, they're down there. Keep going south. Hold that, hold there. Now hold, press L1. Well, whilst you're going forwards, press L1, now let go forwards. Now you've got to do it directly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so... Yeah, all I said was get me back there. Mostly because we died.
In case you can't tell, folks, I've not played this game before.
But you have sat and watched me playing it for several times now,
Well,
so...
I'm not watching it.
People chase over the dog, the doggos, because it's funny. Yeah, the fake. Yeah, the field fight, they actually give you more experience than just hunting monsters. Yeah, a good source of skill, experience, and once you're at the point where you've joined a grand company, company seals.
I thought it would work, so at first it was a US plug adapter. Turns out I bought like a proper adapter, like on Amazon. The normal US to UK adapter.
Yeah.
It doesn't work fine. Turns out the problem was the adapter shipped with it. Was these shittiest pieces of electronics I've ever seen.
So the adapter was the problem, not the glue gun.
Yeah, so I plugged it in initially with that. It was making like a package buzz anymore. It wouldn't stay, it wouldn't turn on and then hold it down. Turns out it was a proper adapter. It's a perfectly functional glue gun. It's quite a good one. Needless to say, that adapter got thrown into a well,
literally. Ignace is outside. No, not one of them, so Ignace is upstairs.
see that lake hotel?
Yeah.
Lake
Overflow pool. That's what it was originally intended to be. So there used to be a pair of them, but they backfilled one of them years ago and turned it into that shopping bit.
I didn't know that. What do you say? I want to throw an egg in here.
Why?
Because I've never seen someone throw an egg into a bottle of water.
You want to do it just because you've never seen it done and you want to be the first to do it.
All that, and I saw a Tumblr post about 5 years ago saying no one, the person posting it had never seen that. And no one in the comments had either. And it's stuck with me ever since. Well, it's not like it's a plastic bottle or anything, it's not just going to sit there.
I would ask what I'm going to do with you, but we both know the answer at this point.
As you said many a time.
Take you out back and shoot you, it's the only cure.
Yes.
What happens if we head for the fail? We're heading for the pass. What happens if we go for the fail instead?
Oh, I just got it.
Wordplay. Small friendo is here. Wrong button. Oh. There we go. Maximum level allowed is level 48. Good job we're below that. Because we were above level 48, we'd be synced down to it. Imperials have caught up with him. Our orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, tinhead? The pugilist. That's the fighting stance. Ida's the same. That's a pugilist's fighting stance. With me. Smol runs in first. That's basically the knuckle dusters. Well, they're called probably called a horror. How did we find it? Because we looked. That is okay. Damn it, somebody went down. So duty fail. But yeah. I'll lose my entire beast gauge.
Someone went down.
But it wasn't me.
Middle of a fight is no time for a blowjob.
Oh, Biggs was the one who went down. Shit. But, you know, the guy I'm here to save. Sagittarius, or the Archer. Yeah, he broke. No, the Sagittarius wasn't the big thing. It's the Archer.
Yeah, I saw.
He broke. They all broke. Smol needs better playmates. These ones keep breaking.
He reminds me of, what's his name? Yeah, from Fallout 4, the guy in the cave who mutated himself and escaped.
Virgil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's big, slightly green, and has glasses.
He's a Rogarden. He's not green, he's Caucasian.
It's green to me.
It's the shadows on his face. And he's wearing goggles.
Yeah.
He's an engineer, not a scientist.
And I'm a tired idiot.
Clearly.
Not even, look. That's that local time thing.
Yes.
I was going to say it's synced to the real world thing.
Local time, not server time or Eorzea time.
We made 3.5 hours.
Yep. Server time is an hour ago, and there's Eorzea time. Wait.
So is the server somewhere like around?
No, that'll be an hour ahead. I don't know. Also, if you want to contribute as an early birthday present, use your card details so I can do my server transfer and migrate properly once I've logged out from Exodus to Leviathan. Because I have to do it through Mog Station. So once we finish, use your card details, call it an early birthday present.
Sounds good.
So at most, you've just got to get me a card and possibly just something snackish. So I'm not paying over 20 quid today for all this. Yay, they can tell how much... Well, you know how much they really like Sid. He's not just their boss, but he's also their friend. I got there before Starla. All I saw was some of the bodies inside and some of the bodies outside, because some have been moved out already. Neighbour stuff. With James. I'll be back in a minute, folks. I need to disconnect the microphone just in case.
Right, I'm back, folks.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Going to Castrum Sentry. Then why were they being transferred? Or rather, where to? They were being taken to the back to the capital. They sabotaged the altitude control, even though it was risky, and forced the emergency landing, which is where they were able to take their escape. Because you know, all we knew was the airship had to make an emergency landing.
Yeah.
They actually facilitated their own escape, rather than just took advantage.
Nice.
Resourceful.
Yep.
And even Sid's amused by it. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel, that will have been Biggs' handiwork. Like as not, you always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend.
Oh god, someone's already started showing powder
No!
room. You really dislike powder room, don't you?
It's overhyped. It's a meme that's just splattered everywhere rather than used appropriately. And I have a dislike for Vanilla Nero because of a former friend of mine. Made an NPC, I think she was an NPC, made at the very least an OC of her. They just was flanderized to the point of being a one-dimensional character and just bigged up the whole tyrant aspect. He did the same, gave the same treatment to the character Aya from Toho, the journalist. Just flanderized to the point where it actually made me hate the character Aya for a very long time.
So basically what you're saying is if I play powder room, you're going to punch me in the face.
No, I'm not going to punch you in the face. I'm going to strangle you with your own trachea. That's your. I'm going to strangle you. I'm going to strangle you with your own windpipe.
I'm not sure that's possible.
Yeah, tell that to the guy I beat to death with. Jimmy kept screaming that. I kept screaming, "This doesn't seem physically possible," while I was doing it. And yes, that is a red versus blue reference.
Oh god.
Toru being lewd.
Sort of lewd.
I know it's just a flesh-coloured jumper. I know.
Oh god. Already.
They've already looted the dragon lolly.
Well, yes, obviously.
They've also looted the banana oni. If it exists, there will be porn of it. That is Rule 34. Rule 35. If porn of it does not exist, there will soon be porn of it.
Does nobody get an exception? Not even
No one.
Mexico.
No, there are no exceptions.
Not even Mexico.
There are no exceptions. Go to Revenants tolling Mordona. Yep. Don't worry, we'll stop screaming for that for obvious reasons. Or them being able to see.
Oh, yeah. Why am I suddenly 20,000 debt?
You don't have a credit card, do you?
No.
You don't have an overdraft, do you? You can't go overdrawn if you don't have an overdraft.
Oh, okay. Where's my money gone?
What's more, even if you did have an overdraft, you'd have a set limit you can't exceed.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, that's why it's called an overdraft limit.
I'm not messing about with credit cards.
I don't have a credit card either for the same reason.
not dealing with that shit. Fortunately, ice strikes are relatively passive, even when you don't exceed their level by a lot. So no preference there. We get 21,000 experience for discovering Mordona. Well, for entering Mordona for the first time. He scales with level. The downside is, we still need for 200,000 experience. Wow, that's a change. You've got the snowy mountains of Ishgard there. Straight into autumnal weather.
That reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. Only Rockstar, huh?
Which means there has to be at least one, possibly several animators sitting at days on it, staring at horse
It's just amusing simply because of that. What's on your mind, Facebook? We're all fucked. He's not wrong. Yeah, it's Boris Johnson's group in Parliament that are calling for the Queen to suspend Parliament. Because it gives them more time to... it gives the rest of the government less time to call no confidence and whatnot. It gives Boris Johnson's side more time for a hard no-deal Brexit.
See, I'm probably leaving off the sources of it. Every time I do anything about Brexit, what I'll do, I'm more and more pro-Brexit. I wouldn't say I'm more and more...
At the very least, you're pro-Brexit, but not no-deal Brexit.
Yeah.
You want us to have a deal. Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves. The age where the sun never set on the British Empire. Because our empire stretched so far that when it was sunset at one end, it was sunrise at the other. So you could rightly claim that the sun never set on the empire.
All that means is we've just got to conquer another country on the other side of the world and claim it again.
And get Canada to agree to be territory again. Technically, we don't even need to conquer. We just go over to Singapore and go, hey guys, you cool with being a British territory again? Because they used to be a British colony. Fiji and Jamaica and some poorer countries in the world are still part of the empire, technically. They're still part of the Commonwealth. The Falklands are British territory. Oh, somebody's potentially a Mad Max fan. What's their name? Furiosa. Furiosa, the Imperator.
Yeah.
What's more, Fallout, if you put in the right name, Codsworth actually reads your name out rather than saying sir or madam.
One of the names that it does, weirdly enough, Bacon. There is like a list of pre-recorded names that just put in there, presumably just because they were bored.
Yeah. Codsworth recognised names. Only seems to work in the English version, right?
Oh, why?
Django, spelt with the D at the start. That's one. Let's see. Fry, fuck, fucker, fuckface, furiosa, fury. So you can actually call yourself fuckface and it be read out. Same with cock and cunt. Not cunt, but there is Kurt, so that's why I'm nearly there. There's butch, which is close to bitch, but no, not bitch. Kirk, spelled like Captain Kirk. Hux, as in like General Hux, but I think it came out just before episode 7. But Katniss, as in Katniss, what's the face, is recognised. There, however, isn't a Kylo on here, so no Kylo Ren. Atalante did it better, and Yukari did it better than Atalante. Die! I will fucking strangle you. Better, but still.
You know what? Yeah, I've got a bigger
Don't nudge the fucking keyboard. You did.
hit my foot.
Because that happened there. I saw.
It attacked my foot. What was I supposed to do?
Let it.
Why do I let it hit my foot? I need these things.
No, you don't.
Yeah, how am I supposed to walk around all day?
On the stumps.
Sounds inconvenient.
Or, you know, get a wheelchair.
I'm not going to look at how at a wheelchair.
Get a forklift attachment on the front. Easily. You don't have a... You don't... What you do, you get a forklift attachment on the front, but you make it on a slight way... it's so it's telescopic. So it runs on chains rather than a solid bar. You can drive a forklift, right?
That's not a forklift, but electric. Sort of like an in-between a forklift and a character.
It's effectively a forklift, right? You can drive one, right? You can then you can transfer those skills into wheelchair. No, probably, definitely. No, because then you'd kill my chances. You'd kill my chances because that's what I'm trying to do. Like basically every debuff in the game has got fucking bad breath. creative use of my skills and timing. Morty is also on there. Morticia. See, Romanova is on here. Rokitansky, so you can actually call yourself Max Rokitansky, so Mad Max himself. And there's also Imperator on here, so you can call yourself Imperator Furiosa.
Yeah, I know.
I've got the list right here.
I know you do, obviously.
Oh wow, this is an old one. Quatermass. It's an old British one.
I just sound like a broken record, but I do kind of want to go to bed.
No, no. We'll be done soon once we've finished with this thing. We can go back to a sanctuary. Ah, Solomon's on here. Ha! Trump is on here as well. Virgo. Xavier, Xander, Xena, Yojimbo, Yorick. We'll go back to the sanctuary anyway to speak to Alphamon. We might as well finish the quest for it. Huh, Ziggy is on here. Stardust. No, but Springsteen is. Alright. Bruce is on here. You can literally call yourself Bruce Springsteen. Ha! All of the cameo names. Strike model, you can actually have his helmet on, much like with Gilliman. It's cool. Right. Smol is going to sit in the grass. Because Smol am Hobo. Hobo Smol! Oh wow. Size of the bushes. You do not see Smol! He's adorable. This should take us back to the main menu.